My name is Steve Richards, and I'm going to talk about transgender children. I know this topic is has been so controversial among the people because it's involved a lot of ethics, a lot of cultural, religion, and society behavior. So let's jump in. First of all, I had to look for some information about these terms, what is transgender, gender, sexual identity, and many more. So, transgender refers to a person that do not identify themselves with the sex they born with. So, gender by society is a term that describe the behavior of this of the human society, like male and female. So let's say, for instance, males are used to involve like working in construction because they feel like they are stronger than females, and the other side, the females are used to stay at home and take care about the children because it's kind of those tasks society put the roles on females and males. So, how is possible that children at early ages identify themselves with the sex they don't have? How boys say that they are girls inside of them, and vice versa. How females um, uh, describe themselves as a boys. So how we notice that? Because um, at the early ages, children used to look for those things that the other sex is identified with. For example, boys that want to be a girl, they try to look for those pink colors, like they are attracted by dolls, ponies, um, all this dress like the girls do. And on the other side, like girls, they want to act as a boy. They want to play the role as a boy. So they want to play like those rough games. They try to uh, play with cars or dinosaurs, I guess. It's kind of difficult to explain this. I'm trying to do my best. But how family, the parents deal with this situation, this is no like behavior they expect from their children to have. They expect a boy acts as a boy and a female acts as a female. So how the parents be visualize and understand what is happening with their children. The boy or the girl constantly, like I said before, is going to ask for those key things, like it's going to differentiate from a regular boy and a regular girl. They ask constantly, like every day, every hour, and sometimes they even say, I am not a boy, I am a girl, or I am not a girl, I am a boy. Sometimes also they get mad because they people refer to them as she or as a he instead of he and she. So these are signs that telling the parents they are having children with the gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria is another term to relate people that are not conform with the sex they born with and the gender people use to relate male organs with a male personality, female organs with a female personality. So they have trapped inside of a body they do not belong to with the wrong sex. And this comes with the concept mind. From the book of psychology of every day, and from some researches I did from the web and the internet, I found that in early stages of the development of the human being inside of the womb, if they are exposed to certain levels of testosterone, that is a male hormone, if they have high levels of testosterone, they are gonna develop, their brain is going to develop as a male. If those levels of testosterone are low, the brain is gonna develop as a female. But how biology develops in the term of the human being development. So you can develop a male brain inside of a female body. You can have a female brain develop inside of a male body. So this thing is kind of confusing, but I will say nature do its things. I Some things are beyond my understanding. I need to do more research about it, but we are gonna find this later when the child, the baby is going to born, and when they start interacting with people. So we're gonna see those key signs like, this is not acting as a boy, or the kid is not acting as a female. From our researches I did, I found like the brains, female and male, have some key differences. I mean, we are human beings, we are almost like 99.9 or 0.8% equal. All our structure is the same. I mean, we have two eyes, two arms, 10 fingers. The only thing we differentiate from each other is when we have like a different sex. Females have a vagina, males have a penis. Probably those things is the only thing that is going to differentiate biologically between us. But from some researches I did, I found that the male brain and the female brain are kind of different. So, for example, male brains tends to be bigger. I found that uh, inside of a male brain, they have more gray tissue. And so, what is about this gray tissue? They relate this gray tissue to the kind of say the concept of trying to solve problems easily. Let's say math. So that's why in history we have a lot of mathematicians, physics like Newton, Albert Einstein. All those people were male because in the male brain, those tissues develop more, and that's why sometimes males are we are better to kind of solving problems in those areas. In the other side, females have are smaller and they have more gray. I mean, no, the white tissue. So, what is the white tissue related This is tend to be more about the communication, like language. So probably that's why women tends to speak more words than men. They are they have to be very communicative with people, especially when they have to deal with the children. So probably those things differentiate from male from female brains. These hormones are not going to affect only the body, but also the mind, because we're going to have a male body trapped inside of a female body, and we're going to have a female mind trapped inside of a male body. So these kids have to go through a process of hormonal treatment that is going to block the biological, natural development of these hormones and revert it back. Males have to block the testosterone. Females have to block the estrogen. So doctors have to revert this process, and if a male want to be a woman, they have to go through this hormone treatment with estrogens. And if male body, a female person that wants to be a male, they have to go through a process of hormones that are going to have more testosterone than estrogen. But there is a deeper concept, like kind of saying facts about how this process is going to be for these people. But parents, how do they understand a kid's mind? We were kids once a time, right? But we do not remember exactly uh, how our mind was developed, because in that stage we were more interested in playing, or our mind was like in the process of imagination. So our mind was not developed at the point we are right now. So it's going to be hard to understand how kids are going to show these signs of distress about the sex they born with. Parents are going to be very important in this process, because they need to support their kids. They have to understand the mind of a kid is still a kid. They do not understand complex concepts about gender, sex, sexual identity, those kind of stuff. So, but if they do not support their kids, I found like in my research is that for those kids that do not have support from their parents, they're going to develop more anxiety, depression, or even suicide. So, yeah, they do not understand. Also, I saw a video like I have this boy, when the mother was explaining in the video, like he has his penis with his hand and he has the scissors on the other hand, because they try to cut it, and that is going to solve the issue and he's going to become a female. But how parents explain to the kid that is not right, you are doing it wrong, is a complex process, complicated more than that. So how do we as humans explain that to a kid? It's going to be very difficult. So that's why psychologists advise their parents to look for assistance for their kids, for their kids. Also, on the other side, it's not only the parents that they need to support their kids, also the society. But how society are going to support something that they do not understand? It's hard. It's a complex topic to explain. So how society are going to understand this? So we have society. We already have we already pre-established the roles, how a male have to behave and how a female have to behave. That's all. Some people do not expect some grown behaviors on the members of that society. Also, people are going to confuse those terms of transgender with gay or lesbian or many more, but this is not a thing. One thing is to be identified with sex, and another thing is with attract to the other sex. So this is this is the difference between transgender or sexual identity, different from the attraction. So you can be a male that is going to attract my woman, but what happens if you are a female that feels like a man and you like to and you're attracted by males? It's a hard topic to understand. So so the point is how society are going to accept these people in their society. From another research I did from the internet, I found that these people usually have in their schools, these kids on their schools are going to suffer from bullying, facings, jokes, and discrimination by the staff of the school or college, and also by the students, classmates. And these tend to grow as they develop the life in the other sex they don't born with. Also, I did some research and I found that some congressman in California, Mike Honda, he has a transgender kid. He has a boy that wants to be a girl. He also posts some tweets on the internet saying, "This is my granddaughter." So this is a perfect example how people have to support these kids in their development. It's very important to have family support, society support, all the support they need. But on the other side, I read some stories, I read some articles that says the government tried to block bills, laws for these people. Also, they say that the healthcare, some of the health companies, health insurance companies do not provide any plans for these people. So why these are discriminating? Why these companies are discriminating against them? It's like they need to support from these organizations. And also, when I do another research, I found that the employers tend to discriminate these people because the ethics or moral things, or it's like, what are people going to say about if I hire these people? They are gonna think like I'm gonna be this, or I'm gonna think they're gonna think like it's all about reputation. But this topic is like a very hard one, a very tough topic. Like I try to explain the better way I could. I'm sorry if I couldn't. I'm trying to not offend nobody. I'm sorry because I watch a video that says like if I do not use the correct pronoun for them, they're gonna get mad. They're gonna say like you are discriminating against me, and they're gonna be like. So I'm trying to do my best. I'm sorry if I don't, but the only thing I say is like we are all human beings. If you have values like respect, love, and I mean, if you respect the others, they have to respect you. if you treat the others as well as you can, you have to expect that treatment back. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like these people are not extraterrestrials. They are not the weirdos. They are regular human beings. I mean, we are share the same genome, like I said before, like 99.8, 99.999%. I mean, we are all the same. The thing is, like, they have kind of a mind trap in a different body. Um, I cannot say that's all, but it's gonna be a process involved behind the scenes about that. It's like it's not an easy that okay, I have a male brain, this is a male body, boom. I have a male brain, a female mind, this is a female body, boom. I mean, it's not like easy like that. It's like we cannot transplant brains between bodies and all that stuff. Probably later on the science, but that is not the point. So we need to support these people. They need comprehension. We don't have to call them extraterrestrials or weirdos. No, I mean they just deserve the same respect. They just deserve the same love. They just deserve the same values as everyone else. So especially when these people are kids, they are starting this process of growing. So they are the most ones that they are gonna need this uh, help from that society. I hope I did my best trying to explain this. Thanks.